Oh, we're rolling apparently.
So there's a bunch of good things happening. One thing that I like to point out, I went to Target today, I did, and there's Sonic and DC have a collaboration
Really?
in their toys, and they have some Funkos, and then they have like just regular toys, and it's all the same collab, and then you have Sonic as Flash and is Sonic dressed up like Flash. You have Shadow as Batman. You have Knuckles as Superman. Amy as Wonder Woman. And Tails as Cyborg. And Silver is Green Lantern.
Interesting. Tails is Cyborg. I'm not. He is kind of
the computer character, right? Which makes sense.
So
when you explain it, like when you say that out loud, it makes total sense.
Yeah. At first, I was like, that doesn't really no.
Yeah.
But then I grew up on like the older like games from like the Genesis / Mega Drive, from way back before he became the tech guy in Sonic Adventure. So. Yeah.
Which I can see why you were wondering why. But then they have toys itself, and it comes with a Batman, and then next to it is a smaller Shadow dressed up as Batman. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was completely thrown off when I saw it. I'm like, wait, what?
It looks cool. I pull up some images.
You pull it up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up. That way I can put it on the screen.
Yeah.
I guess Shadow has that voice like Batman.
Right.
Shadow, darkness.
Well, see, when I hear Shadow's voice in my head, I think of his voice actor from the original games, from Sonic Adventure 2 and onwards. So like some of the sort of classic games from back then.
Gotcha. I don't think I played Sonic long enough to see the other characters and whatnot, but at least this one looks cool.
So they have
Sonic as the Flash.
Sonic as Flash. And it makes total sense.
Yeah. That most certainly tracks. I like that.
And then Silver as Green Lantern.
Okay.
It looks nice. And then this is the one that I was telling you that is like Batman and Shadow right next to each other.
I like the original.
That's
colors.
Yeah. And they have a bunch of stuff. This one is cool.
Knuckles is Superman.
The Knuckles. His hands are so big. Hands are bigger than Superman's head.
Yeah. Nice.
So that one's pretty cool.
Mm.
And they have a whole, this is dope, dude.
I was going to say, I need that in black.
Well, they have.
Where is he?
And they do have it
right
in
here.
black. Good.
Oh, dude.
That's pretty
sick.
cool.
Yeah. I didn't see this over there.
Now, see, if they had, I'm assuming they have like a t-shirt, because if it was
They do.
like the hoodie, yeah, perfect. Because if it was a hoodie, it would need to be a zip-up hoodie with that on the back, because I'm not a big fan of the pullovers.
Yeah. And I'm the other way around. I don't like zip-ups from the shadows. Chaos control.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then they have this one too.
Well, that's not terrible, but
let me see if they have a zip up. Now they have long sleeves. Long sleeves is nice.
Mm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
But I was there and I'm like, what the heck? Oh, this is the Funko. Also, on that note, great segue. Let me turn this off.
Yeah.
So apparently Funko might not exist in 2026.
Yeah, sadly enough, their stocks are dropping slowly but surely. And I mean, people just aren't buying them anymore. And at this point, I think, because I don't, who is it? Does GameStop own them? I think, or is it
Funko?
another company? Yeah.
No, Funko bought Loungefly,
Mm.
but I don't know about who owns Funko itself.
Right. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. I hope they're able to turn it around.
I hope so too, because the way that they've been, if you notice the beginning, like Funkos, how they look compared to the details they have now, like
details.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, any of that. And yeah, I know what you mean, details. But compared to what they used to be,
supposedly they're 240 million in debt.
that's a lot of zeros.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of zeros.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What company isn't in debt right now? But we won't get into that too far.
Yeah, that's not. But yeah, it's insane.
Very.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't collect them. And then the people that are making money on this is the third party sellers.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
just buy as much as they can, and then they what they're it resells,
Well, pretty much they hold
with
on
everything
to 'em.
else.
They hold on to them, and then when the rare ones, are out of print and you can't find the damn things anymore, and then you can basically just kind of jack up the price as much as
Yeah.
you want, and people are crazy enough to pay it.
Now it's gonna be one of those things that you'll be able to keep, and then once the company closes, they're gonna be worth even more.
And the crazy part about the Funkos is that a lot of collectibles, because I took them out of the box. A lot of collectibles, if you take them out of the box, they lose like value. But these are not sealed, so they don't fall under that.
Oh yeah, none of the boxes I've ever bought have ever been sealed.
Right. So these can be taken out and put back in the box, and they still hold the value.
As long as you keep the box.
Oh, I have at least 90% of the boxes.
I've only got 6 Funko Pops, and that's pretty much it. The 6 that I have are the 4 main characters from Cowboy Bebop, the original release of those pops, and then I have the McManus brothers from the Boondock Saints. The only time those were ever produced, and one of those was not easy to find, but I was still able to get it at a reasonable price, so it all worked out.
Most of my Funko Pops came when the pandemic. There was a lot of people, including myself, we spent a lot of time on Amazon because we couldn't go to the stores and look around. I was on Amazon. I'm like, oh, click.
Yeah.
Oh, click. And then I signed up for the Funko box through Pop in a Box. And I was getting 2 a month for a couple months. So I'm not going to tell you how many I have because it's sickening.
Well, it's the same thing that was going on with the Amiibo. Like you would have ones that would go out of print and they would skyrocket in price on the secondary market and what have you. And it's just, and then like resellers got pissed off because they were starting to re-release a lot of them, and it was just like, screw you. Now you're left holding the bag, and I can get them at freaking retail, because it's how I got a lot of the at the time hard to find ones when they re-released. And but I wound up getting rid of my collection because money.
You got good
and
money from that.
Oh yeah. My entire collection, I think I got a little over $1,000 for it. So I mean, if I had sold them separately on like the secondary market, I probably could have gotten a bit more. But it's like I don't feel like dealing with the hassle of that. So
It's a hassle, yeah. Sometimes it's easier just sell it as a big bundle and
Well, plus when you're selling them on places like eBay or dare I say Facebook Marketplace, I mean, and especially with like eBay, the fees they take with when you sell them, the fees that PayPal takes, and all that stuff, plus whatever you have to pay for shipping and what have you. Like, how much money are you really making at the end of the day?
Right.
So
it was easy and it was good money. So you're like, screw it.
Is what it is. Got rid of them quick. Got my PS5, and there you go.
Which you needed for the game that we all been waiting for. That
Apparently got delayed. That announcement was made. What, 3-4 days ago? Yeah, that was actually a good segue, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, GTA 6 was delayed until November of 2026.
Yay.
Which a lot of people are talking shit about. Oh, that's just gonna become their next delay announcement. We're never getting GTA 6. I'm like, you have to laugh at some of this shit, and it's just like, it might as well be. It might as well be, because this shit's just being thrown into development hell further and further. It's like, we're gonna get all this other crazy shit before we ever get GTA 6.
It will take that trophy of the most expensive game ever.
I think the devs were saying that it's still going to it's still going to be $70. A lot of people are saying
no. To be made, because how much
development
they
cost
spent on it. Yeah,
exactly.
Did you guys see the video of it was these two guys talking about, okay, we're gonna play a game. What costs more, this or this? And then they were talking about the making the GTA 6 when they were comparing it to other things. And obviously the trend was to tell people how much the GTA 6 was going to cost to make, rather than telling us really who was going to win the battle between the two. It was a great segue to just at the end to say, okay, so this is how much the GTA 6 game costs to make. And it costs more to make than the tallest building in Dubai. It's insane.
I saw a comment on one video or article saying that it cost them less to build the Empire State Building than it did to make GTA 6. Like, that doesn't sound right, especially when you account for inflation, considering how long ago that was built. So I'm gonna kind of call bullshit on that, but we shall see.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, I looked it up. Like
the Empire State.
Yeah, as of 2024. So at the time it cost the Empire State to build, it was like 40 million, 40.9.
Right.
And then as of 2024, that would have been a little over 600 million, 678 million. Still cheaper.
Still cheaper.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to say it, but the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, that is the tallest building in the world.
Right.
Still costs half of what it costs to make the game, to develop the game.
Good Lord.
And they're still not done.
Yeah.
So we technically don't know yet the final number of the game. Supposedly they're done, but why are they delaying this? At this point, just give us a incomplete game, and I just give her updates.
you don't want to run into another problem like they had with Cyberpunk 2077. When that dropped, it was borderline unplayable
I'd
for a
rather
lot of
have that.
people.
I'd rather have that than nothing.
No, I'd rather have a game drop and be in a playable state where you don't like the well optimized and you don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. You know, because you had a number of different games that launched that in, I would say, a controversial state, as it were. Cyberpunk 2077, No Man's Sky, the PC release of Jedi Survivor. Yes, I'm bringing that up again because that does track with this, because like Electronic Arts did not do a good job optimizing that game for the PC release. Regardless of what anyone else wants to say, yes, as good a game as it was, a lot of people never got the chance to experience it because EA can't develop PC games to save their fucking lives.
You know, like one thing that they found with GTA 5 nowadays. So supposedly the idea was for them to do one final extension in the online whatever for GTA 5, and they have one last mission that if you complete it,
I heard about
that
that.
that you're able to transfer basically your characters and whatnot, your money and everything into the new online
I don't
for the
like that
new
idea.
game. So like you basically end up, the last scene supposedly was that you, once you finish the mission, you were leaving and that the background was gonna be Vice City.
I like the idea of finishing one last mission and jetting off to Vice City. I don't like the idea of having all your stuff and all your money transfer over, because that
I think it was more of the character
the character,
and the money.
yes, because I'm not sure exactly where a lot of the like transferring your vehicles, transferring your money, and all that stuff over came from. But a lot of people were saying, and I completely agree, that creates more problems than it's worth, especially for those that never played GTA 5 or didn't play a lot of GTA 5. Going into GTA 6, and you have people that have basically made their entire career on GTA 5 having a massive advantage over everyone else going into the new game. And
Yeah, I
no.
don't think they will do that, but at least the character aspect of it, that
Yes.
would be cool. You
However,
guys,
I don't think that it would be far fetched if they did that, because 2K, if you reach your career player reaches 99 overall, only the people that are 95 and above are able to bring their, which is kind of sucks. But those people that grinded to 95 and above are able to, for any time the new game comes out, they're able to bring their stats into the new game. But at the same time, even though 2K is you got to pay to get your attributes. If not, it'll take you forever to do. However, you still have to play the game and train your player, because when you first start the game, it'll max you out at 80 overall. Regardless if you have all the money in the world, you cannot get it over 80 unless you keep playing, and it'll, the next time, like next 10 games, 15 games, all of a sudden you're like, okay, now you can get to 81, so on and so forth. So I hate it, but at the same time, I understand, because these people have spent so much time grinding and playing the game that they're being rewarded. Oh, yeah. So,
and they will opt in not to buy the game if you've already spent so much time in one character, and why bother?
Yeah, and eventually, also, like, eventually they'll stop letting you play. I mean, not letting you play the game, but you can't play online anymore. And a lot of these players that get their characters all the way to 99 is because they like to play online. And eventually you won't be able to do that unless you get the new game.
Yeah, but they got what, 5-6 years? I don't know how far of those games you can play online still, but the other
Yeah.
thing too is like it just makes sense too because in real life, every single year the character, like not every single player in real life starts at zero. Like you have your
Right.
knowledge, you have everything with you.
Right.
So,
Which makes total sense.
But in GTA, that'll be interesting.
Hmm.
But the main thing why that got leaked is because somebody saw some sort of folder somewhere in the um deeps
Oh,
information of the game.
yeah. Data mine, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
That's how these leaks for Fortnite come out. Because some people are able to see the coding and they see the files and they're like, oh wait, it says, for instance, people knew about the Simpsons because there was a file named Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, maybe they, but also the file didn't say what it was. It didn't say if it was a season, if it was just characters in the shop or what it was. But they were, now that's when the theories come. Like, what is it? Is it a whole new map? Are we getting a new map? I mean, obviously we did.
Yeah.
But
And then they
like,
get free advertisement because of the people that also have their hands on early on beta, I guess, and they are allowed to public it. They're allowed to stream it, some of it,
right.
or to talk about it, basically. But that's a way
Yeah.
of just
Getting people to be excited for the next season.
yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's total marketing. Because none of these, Fortnite has never stopped a leak. They just they won't comment.
They roll with it.
Yeah, they won't comment. If it's true, it's true. If it's not, they don't say anything. They're like, well, we'll see if they're right or not.
Yeah.
And it creates anticipation. They're like, I want to know if it's true. Like, for instance, I came across today, I follow this Facebook page. It's like Fortnite leaks. And there's apparently there's a Stranger Things Blitz map that's coming out.
Interesting.
Which this page that I'm following, it's where I heard the Simpsons map was coming out.
So and that one makes sense because the Stranger Things characters are already
right.
They have been already part of Fortnite for a while. So with the new season coming out, it makes sense.
It makes total sense.
Out. Yeah.
Right. Because the new season comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and just as they did with the Simpsons, like there's a whole episode that kind of match, whatever was playing on the TV now with what's happening with the game.
Right.
So that was very smart. But also it's Disney, so we know how that goes.
And not only that, but Disney has a new game mode that you play in Disneyland.
Exactly. Yep. I haven't played it yet, but I saw some pictures of it. But also their owners. There's a massive game coming out from them that they've talked about for a while, which is not that map. It's just a taste, I guess. But there is a big game coming out. Epic Universe, I think it was. I don't know if they're going to leave the name the way it is because of the park.
Universal? Yeah.
Yep. So
they might not. On that note, also
probably not.
Yeah, great segue to apparently Universal Studios is in the process of trying to buy Warner Brothers to the point where
there are several companies that are expressing some interest in purchasing that, and of the three that have expressed interest, I think only one is a studio that's actually bigger than Warner Brothers. But honestly, I see this like honestly, I see this as a bad thing, to be to be perfectly honest, because this is just how far a lot of these studios have just gone downhill to the point where you have a studio with the history of Warner Brothers up for grabs. Like,
I
what
heard
the fuck, man?
I heard that Netflix was one of those companies trying to maybe invest in it, even if it's a portion of it. But
Yeah, because apparently Universal already has the financials from Warner Brothers. They're looking at their financials and seeing what they can keep and not keep. They're not interested in their streaming services, in Warner Brothers streaming services. So they just want to buy the studio, Warner Brothers. So we'll see. What would that mean for DC?
It depends, because DC under James Gunn really hasn't been doing all that well. So are they gonna, are whoever winds up buying Warner Brothers, are they gonna, cut bait and clean house and, figure out some other direction? Or, and are they gonna let things go on as planned? Or, at the very least, finish and release what's mostly ready to go?
Yeah, I think that people are superhero exhausted right now. I think that we are in the phase of superheroes like the early 2000s where there was a couple of superhero movies here and there coming out, nothing too crazy. You had the X-Men, you had the Spider-Man movies, Fantastic Four here and there. They weren't great movies, but they were keeping us entertained in the gaps, and all of a sudden the MCU hit and they ran with it for 11 years.
Marvel Studios kind of set the stage for, I think, the inevitable downturn of the superhero genre, or the superhero film genre, because they did something that had never been seen before in cinema. You're creating this shared universe with films and some streaming series and what have you, and everyone else was scrambling to try and catch up and replicate that to, I want to say, varying degrees of success, but then again, not really, because you had Zack Snyder trying to do the same thing and didn't really make it work, save for a select few times. James Gunn's trying to do the same thing, and he's not really getting off on the right foot there. So they bet a lot on Superman being a success, and it really wasn't.
Yeah, the numbers didn't show much.
No.
I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, but everybody that I've talked to, they like the movie, and I don't really care if they're comic book fans or not. They liked the movie, they enjoyed it. So cool. Let's watch it and roll with it.
Which movie?
So
Superman. James Gunn's Superman.
Yeah, I liked it.
No,
it's better than the previous ones that I watched.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not a big DC fan. Like, I rather their animated movies than their live action, because what year did Man of Steel come out?
2009,
I think.
I didn't watch it until like
2013.
Yeah, I didn't watch it until maybe 10 years after.
Yep. Oh yeah, I didn't see it until a few years after as well. And it was it was a good movie. It did kind of, I've said it before, it did kind of jump around a lot for me. But overall, it was a decent movie. One of the, I would say, one of the few good ones that Snyder and his team released. I still haven't seen his cut for Justice League.
I actually enjoyed it. It was 4 hours. I think we can go back to Malcolm, the way that he explains movies. I liked it, but I won't watch it again.
I mean, considering the runtime,
right?
It makes sense.
Yeah, but if they would have given me Avengers Endgame 4 hours, I probably would have watched. I would watch it again. To be fair,
it's more entertaining than this. I feel like there was a lot of pauses. There was like there's a lot of, I don't know. It was just boring.
Right.
Well, I mean, to be fair, with Marvel Studios and the MCU, they took their time to build, everything towards this singular point with Infinity War and Endgame. And so there was a lot more going into it, whereas you had Zack Snyder trying to basically play catch up and rush through trying to create a cinematic universe, which didn't really go over as well.
He didn't do it well.
No.
I think that the idea to do the same thing, DC doing the same thing that Marvel was doing, it was a great idea. It was not done properly. I think that we should have had, I think it should have been done. Yeah, you have to catch up, but how about if you take your time? Because it's going to pay off at the end. You don't need to have two DC or two Justice League movies out by the next Avengers movie. Do it right. You introduce these characters and then do a bigger Justice League movie, and in that movie introduce new characters, so that way you can set yourself up for the next phase, introducing more in detail those characters. And you don't have to go back in time. You could, if you introduce, let's say, Hawkgirl into the movie, you introduce her. You don't have to give her a backstory. You can make the next movie of her struggling with something, and then in some scenes you go into some backstory why she's struggling into this, and you don't have to do a prequel. You don't have to go back in time to introduce her. There's waves of storytelling that is not always just in order. You can always do something in present time that she's struggling with. In the next scene, you show why, and then she's struggling with something else, and you show why, and things like that. It doesn't need to be all chronologically in order.
I think that's kind of the way that Man of Steel did it.
Yeah.
And
to an extent.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like you were saying, and we were talking about, Zack Snyder absolutely rushed into this and just tried to, he tried to do way too much, way too quickly. You're going from Man of Steel to Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which I did not like at all. And then the Justice League. I saw the shortened version that Joss Whedon had to kind of put together. And then after that, it was just okay, you have a halfway decent movie followed by some shit, and then another halfway decent movie, and it's just like it's sort of a hit and miss. Like you can't build a shared universe like that.
Yeah, like how was Marvel able to put Thanos in live action and look menacing and not overdone, but then you put Darkseid in a movie and it doesn't give you Darkseid vibes.
Well, there was no build up. It was just
right.
He appears in that movie and that's it. There's nothing. There's nothing. No appearances in movies leading up to it that builds his character up to tell you that okay, he is. And that's the thing, though. Comic book fans know the character, and so they know the kind of threat he is. But you're looking at this from a standpoint of you're trying to bring in your general audience. You want to give them a reason to tune in. You want to build these characters up as okay, these are the heroes that you're looking for. These are the stakes that they have. This is the villain, the overall villain that you're building up towards as this central point to where they're going to have to face this character and take him down in order to save not just the world but the universe, as it were. And that's exactly how they did that in the MCU. It wasn't just one movie, then two movies, and then all of a sudden you went from just Superman, and then you had what was it, Doomsday, which was horribly done, and then you had Steppenwolf and Darkseid,
right,
with no introduction, no build up whatsoever. So you weren't getting anybody interested in it.
Right. So that's where the Snyder Cut comes in, because we get more Darkseid, we get more story behind it. There's not really what I didn't like the way that the movie looked, because DC's always known for being a little bit darker, but they try to make it so hyper realistic that they miss the point of the movie. Like, I don't know. It's just the Justice League movie felt so rushed. And the best way I can put it as an example is if we would have gotten phase 1 of Marvel, of the MCU, and then gone straight into Endgame. That is what DC felt like. Because now, okay, we have a Justice League. Now we just got to catch up to, at this point, what? There was 2 Avengers movies by the time that the Justice League came out?
I think so, yeah. I think at that point they were on Age of Ultron by the time. I think that was by the time the Joss Whedon cut of Justice League came out. And then I think maybe after that it was the Snyder Cut, because that was like at one, the Joss Whedon's version of Justice League was just garbage.
So 2017, which means that that was the same year that Infinity War came out.
Was that the Snyder Cut or the original release?
The original release, 2017. So that means that their first Justice League movie, they had to rush it because now the third Avengers movie was coming out.
Well, plus at that point they had they had gotten rid of Zack Snyder from the DCEU. They had ousted him, and they basically just cut together what he had into some whatever the fuck the original release of Justice League was.
Which is funny because even if you go online, Justice League is credited to Zack Snyder as director.
Oh yeah. No, they were still working on it when they got rid of him. But yeah, Joss Whedon had to kind of do what he could with what they had. And then Zack Snyder's Justice League didn't drop until a few years later in 2021.
Right.
But that was after fans were like, give us the Snyder cut, give us the Snyder cut. And just I guess it became, I wouldn't say it was an overwhelming demand. It was just enough people making enough noise that they just said, fuck it, let's shut them up and give them what they want.
And one of the biggest problems was, here we go, we have, no pun intended, but we had 3 amazing Batman movies compared to what we had before and what we have after. And when we release Superman a couple years later, then we're going to do a team up. We're going to change Batman. I feel like if they would have given, I feel like it would have worked a little bit better. I'm not saying that it would have been perfect. I'm not saying it would have been the best, but if they would have at least brought in Christian Bale's Batman, it would have been okay. I know where now I'm following the story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these things happen. Now you introduce Superman. Now when you introduce Batman, you don't have to introduce where this Batman is at this point, because you already know where he is with the previous 3 movies.
True enough. But
therein
lies the point, is that all depends on whether or not Christian Bale would have been willing to come back and reprise that role.
Right.
I don't recall offhand if he was, but
yeah, I can't tell you if that's the reason why they went with a different Batman. But now looking back, if it would have been a choice, I hope they didn't go the other route and said, no, we're going to do this brand spanking new. This Batman is from a different universe. We don't need this. People are going to like better a beefier Batman. Which for the next movie, he dropped weight for the Flash movie. So
I think it might have just been a timing thing. Like maybe he wasn't able to put the weight back on in time or what have you, depending like around when they were still working on the movie. I still haven't seen it.
The Flash movie?
Yeah, I still there's a lot of the Snyderverse movies that I haven't seen yet, but since I'm going through and downloading a bunch of stuff, I'm probably gonna put those on the list just to say that I've seen them. But then with my way of seeing it, I won't have given them money, because as far as I'm concerned, a lot of those Snyderverse movies are not worth paying for.
Listen, my biggest issue, other than the actor, my biggest issue with the Flash is the way that he runs. It's like he is it's like Bambi just being born trying to figure out how to walk. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, because it was the same. Like they didn't really change much. Yeah, they didn't really change it much with Dawn of Justice, or no, the original release of Justice League. Like it's just like the way he runs is so fucking weird. Like why?
It's like he's trying to figure out how to run.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make any sense, because it's like he's running in slow motion, but technically he's supposed to just be, in his mind, when he's in the Speed Force, he's supposed to look like he's just running normally.
Mm-hmm. and everything
at
around him
normal
is moving in
speed,
slow motion.
not him moving in slow motion. So I just DC it's weird to say that they did the running better in the DC show, in the Flash show, for the CW.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it makes total sense when you see him running in our regular speed, we see him running.
Yeah.
All you can really see in normal speed is his head. Everything else is moving extra fast. But when they show him from his point of view, he's literally just running.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't understand. And I think the best one that did the speedster was Marvel with, and I hate the movie, but the Eternals. The way that the speedster moves in the Eternals, that should have been the way that every speedster move in every movie.
But there's a one
You're
scene.
not wrong. I mean, they did Quicksilver pretty well as well in Age of Ultron. So that was a nice thing to see.
Not on that one.
No, you're talking about X-Men.
X-Men.
Well, him. Yeah.
That scene, perfect.
His way, like the way they did him in those movies was actually pretty fucking cool too, and pretty funny with the way he with the way they portrayed him. That was really cool.
Because most of the time he is moving regular. You see him putting his things on, getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how this song goes too fast for him, or it goes slow, whatever.
That's a good point.
Yeah. They don't want to go.
Maybe anything that's okay. So Bernard and his clock and his watch. It was a British show of this kid that was able to stop time with this pocket watch that he found. This is like 90s, right? The way that it worked was anything he touched, except for Earth, that was a little plot hole. Because he's walking on Earth. You would think that everything would start moving. But anything that he touched while the time was stopped would move. So, which it would make sense if he's like going to move something, the watch wouldn't allow it just to move it in and put it down. Like it wouldn't just move slow motion. It would literally move at the speed that he's moving. Because technically, if you think about it, if you're stopping time, you're moving faster than time.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that you move or anything you touch becomes part of what you're doing. And it's weird how this British show in the 90s had that already thought process going. So I think that if anything would have been done that way, I think it would have been cool. Like they could bring, at the same time, if it's a speedster, anybody that you move too fast, you're going to break their neck.
Mm.
If you think about it.
Like the boys.
Yeah.
That scene in what the Days of Future Past. I'm holding your neck so you don't get whiplash. What?
Right.
Whiplash.
Exactly. So it's kind of meta. It's kind of like breaking the fourth wall because everyone's thinking it, but no one says it.
Yeah.
But it's like someone made, I think it was Sheldon in the Big Bang Theory. He explains that if you're falling, if Lois Lane is falling from the Empire State Building and Superman flies really fast down below and tries to catch her, his body is extra strong. It's like it's worse than hitting concrete. So if she would have hit his arms, she would have split. Like if he doesn't catch her and slows down to her speed as he's catching her, it's one thing. But if he like gets to the floor first and catches her, then she would like literally just split in three.
Oh yeah. Well, they explored that concept in I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he goes to try and save Gwen Stacy and basically does it wrong and winds up snapping her in half.
Oh, her neck just
breaking her neck, basically trying to save her with his webbing, and you can see like he was when they revisited that in No Way Home.
Yep.
He
falls with her.
It was still affected by that, but he was able to redeem himself.
He gave up on being a chiropractic guy.
Yeah. Well, I saw this dude on Halloween. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna carve this pumpkin. I'm gonna turn it into Gwen Stacy." And you think like he's literally going to carve it, and all he does is stand in the window and throws it out the window.
Oh god damn!
And it's just, I'm like, oh damn. Funny, but funny. I think that's all the news that's happening.
At least if we're gonna continue with news, there's Supergirl from DC is coming up next year, and that's supposed Supergirl. July 2026 is when it's coming out.
Yeah,
and they did introduce her character in. No,
Superman.
that one is in post production already. But yeah, in the Superman movie, yes, they introduced her character. It was weird the way they did it, but
yeah, I saw that. I saw that clip as she comes in like a drunk college party girl looking for her dog.
Well, that's how she's portrayed in a lot of the comic books. Like she's just trying to be a human, unlike her cousin, that he's trying to be the best version of a human. She's just trying to get through college. So she's a sorority girl at its best. All the animated movies, she's portrayed the same way.
I wonder what she had to drink to be drunk. Because Superman cannot get drunk.
It's like Thor. He has to drink all kegs and kegs and kegs of beer to get drunk.
Just constant.
Yeah, that's a good point. Straight 151.
more like Clear Spring grain alcohol.
Yeah.
If any of those superhero types actually wanted to get drunk.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I was trying to see like what Superman can take to be drunk.
Yeah.
Well, if he drinks while he has kryptonite next to him.
Right.
Some theories for season 7 of Fortnite is Harry Potter and SpongeBob.
I could go for Harry Potter.
Yeah, I don't know about SpongeBob.
Yeah,
it'd probably get add like a little the characters itself, but I don't know if they would do. I don't know if it's wise to do a whole season.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
For what, Potter or SpongeBob?
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not get that battle pass.
No, not at all.
I guess a known character, but I don't think it's as famous as Simpsons to create a whole thing around it.
It depends on what generation you're talking to. Because the generation after us, they know SpongeBob.
This is true.
Yeah.
But
So
it's not something that it's still. Is it still going on with new episodes and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Yeah.
You see,
and right. And if they do, it'll probably be like a mid-season something. But a full season, no. Maybe like what they did with The Simpsons, like 1 month and that's it.
not even. I don't think it deserved a week. But
To be honest,
that's just
if they were
me.
going to do something with SpongeBob, it should just be some like skins and weapons and stuff like that in the shop, and that's pretty much it. Because they do that with a lot of other stuff, like with they do that with DC and Marvel all the time. They did that with Street Fighter, which I think a bunch of that stuff just left the shop either yesterday or today. Right. And so like I think beyond that, I don't think you'd need a battle pass for SpongeBob.
No.
Yeah, because
Harry
even
Potter,
when they did the
they can do so much with Harry Potter.
Oh yes.
When they did a Mortal Kombat, that was just it was part of it, but it wasn't like the full thing revolving them. It was a season. It was a longer season, but just like what they did with the Power Rangers.
Yep.
Right.
There was like half of the season kind of was focused on that, and then it kind of moved on.
Yeah, and the map wasn't Power Rangers. Even though the season was Power Rangers, the map wasn't.
Yeah, I don't.
They had a couple things here and there.
This is one of the first few times where they changed a whole map just in this theme, but it kind of worked out the way they did the story or like the event that they did leading up to it. It made sense what they were doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. The characters they had and the bugs and all that stuff. A lot of that was really really cool. And then just kind of putting the Power Rangers, some of the Power Ranger stuff in there on top of that, along with the characters that they had in the shop and what have you, was like super super cool. It was a nice little way to cap off that that season.
Right. I think that doing a Fallout season would make a lot of sense with the map that we have currently, because Fallout has to do with like nuclear waste and nuclear stuff. And the Simpsons have a nuclear plant that I think that if something were to happen at the end of the season, like with an event, and all of a sudden the nuclear plant blows up, because there's one of the things that you can do in the map while you're playing is you have to turn off the nuclear reactor. So maybe doing something like close to like 10 seconds before the event, and you're supposed to turn it off, but you can, and then it just blows up and then it turns into wasteland. And then you have people come out of like the bunkers and things like that.
No, they'll have to. I'm sure they might do something with it, but they have to bring the old world back because it blended. I don't know if you saw the movie of this season, but it just blended with Springfield, which is why it's a slightly smaller map.
Right. It's a Springfield Island.
Yep. Yeah. So like they'll have to do something where that it's reverting back.
Right.
With a whole new places, but it will revert back to be a world, a human world for the Fortnite characters. It would be fun.
I do like how they did the companions.
The sidekick stuff?
The sidekicks. Yeah.
It's money grab.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's cool, but dude, we need it. No.
Yeah. Right.
I don't want a Tamagotchi in the middle of the game that is in the like getting in my way. The good thing is that people can't see them.
Right. I didn't know how that was gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah, only your teammates.
I would,
can see it.
it would have sucked if you would be hiding in a bush and no one can see you, but then your companion or your
Yup.
psychic's right outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, gee, I wonder where he is.
So I'm glad that they were able to make that your enemies can't see it.
Mm. That makes sense in that respect. The pricing on them just no.
I don't see myself spending any money on that because the ones that I have are from the battle pass.
Yep.
That's it. I did get Sarah one because it was the Raptor.
There you go.
And I know how she feels about dinosaurs. And there's nothing else really here that has dinosaurs. So it was. Here you go.
Trying to remember if they have done Jurassic Park.
But dinosaurs, pretty much? Or are you talking about just the human characters?
Well, now that they have the psychic, I know that they had before.
That'd be cool if they had Blue.
Oh no, they've had wolves. Yeah, they have wolves that you could get on. So I'm sure they'll do something later on. Yeah, there's no season that
there's no there's no official Jurassic Park collaboration in Fortnite.
But at this point, I don't know if they would do it.
Yeah, because did you notice that there's a version of the sidekicks in the shop that is skins? Like skin characters also?
Like the little teddy bear?
Right, the little teddy bear, he's a full grown and you can buy him as a character. And then they have the pug dog. He's also a character that you can buy. But then I didn't like how they did this, but the raptor is the original Fortnite skin with a raptor like snuggie on.
It's because of one of the. It's one of the characters had that. I'll search it later on and show you. But one of the characters had like that, like a hoodie with dinosaur stuff.
Right. But I think they could have done like the other ones. The other ones are literally just skins of. Like there's a Doberman dog in the sidekicks, but there's also a skin that is like a human dog dressed up with like a tie and stuff like that.
So this was the character that was a dinosaur.
Yeah, so they redid that.
Oh yeah.
With the new skin, with the new T-Rex of the Raptor sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
It literally just like looks like that, but they have a wolf as a skin and a dog or a couple of dogs. Why couldn't they just do like a raptor looking humanoid?
Yeah, they have Godzilla. I'll show you that one too because
I've gotten killed by it before.
That was like the dumbest. I think the dumbest thing they did.
Yeah,
because that's the same time when they added Godzilla and Kong. They have event happening and they appear in the middle of the map, in different games, and they had
Warzone did the same thing.
That yeah. And then at the same time it was happening, they added the Nikes the shoes in the game, so you see all the freaking Godzilla ones with with Nikes. It looks horrible.
Yeah, about what was it? Maybe 3 weeks ago, they added back on the shop. They had Mecha Godzilla, they had Kong. But the only reason that I liked the whole thing was because of the skyline. Because the skyline is known as Godzilla. So
But the R32 version, yes.
Well, the R32, 33, and 34 are all known as Godzilla. The 35 is the only one that is not known as Godzilla.
I'm pretty sure it was just the R32.
That's the first time they called him that, but doesn't mean it's the only one. And we can go at it about this. I can tell you. But it's okay.
There was a time when they started adding all those Fast and the Furious cars, and the cars had hydraulics, and you could do tricks and whatnot in the game.
When you jumped?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. And they used to have it in the motorcycles. Whenever they add them, typically you can do tricks. But it's a hit or miss now.
Yeah, the last Fast and the Furious car they added was the newer Charger that you see in like the newer movies.
Mm-hmm.
If they add the old Charger, it's different.
I've seen it. Yeah, they have had Camaros and they've had the Challenger.
When they add an Evo, that's when I'm going to drop all my money. I don't care.
Oh, in Fortnite?
Yeah. I don't care. I'll go hungry for a week. I'll just eat ramen. All right. Do you guys have anything else?
No, I think I'm good. I was a bit distracted because I'm busy deleting chats and banning people from chats for advertising fucking view botting services.
Yeah.
So just a quick word.
Kick.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Just a quick word of warning for our Kick viewers and Twitch viewers. I mean, you even see that sometimes in YouTube chat and what. Don't advertise view botting stuff on our channel because you're gonna get banned. And more often than not, it's from like channels that were created like a day or two ago.
Right. Because they've been banned.
Of course.
From multiple places.
Mm-hmm. And then they just create new accounts and they keep doing it.
Right.
So,
all right.
Yeah, just don't waste your time.
Or our time.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. All right, guys, if you don't have anything else, we have gone to we have reached the end of the episode, guys. And just in case you didn't know, because I didn't introduce this podcast, but this was the Nerd Archive podcast. My name is Louis. I got Justin, Yadi. We're starting the episode right now. So what do you guys want to talk about? Nothing. Just kidding. I'll see you next week. Deuces.
Bye-bye.
Click all the things.
Yeah, that thing.
Bye.